My name is Ethan. Thank you for tuning in. This is a bedtime story called The Donkey Under the Table. Nina had always known the table was cursed. She bought it at a flea market in Province, or maybe it was just a church fundraiser in Scarborough. She couldn't quite remember anymore. But what she did remember was that the old man selling it had stared too long and said, "Careful with the legs, they don't like loud noises." And at the time she assumed he meant the legs as a metaphor, or maybe it was his legs. Either way, she ignored him. The table was a gorgeous walnut slab with carved lion feet and brass inlays. It was dramatic and unnecessarily, which is why she loved it. But shortly after she moved into her tiny apartment, things started getting odd. The table would creak when no one touched it. Coffee cups slid off the edge in slow motion. Her laptop once spun in a lazy circle, as if considering options of where it would move onto the table. But worst of all was the sound. Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, beneath the floorboards. At first, she assumed it was the pipes, or an eccentric neighbor with hooves. But one night, after a long shift and a lonely dinner, she bent down to sweep under the table and found a donkey laying there, full-sized, gray, wearing a bowler hat. Inside the space between the table legs, she sat back slowly and whispered, "Oh." The donkey nodded. "Evening." "You're under my table," she managed. "Yes, it's a very nice table. I like the legs." She stared. "But you're too big. That shouldn't be possible." The donkey snorted. "There's room for all kinds of things in small places. Regret, joy, livestock. You just need the right angles." Over the next several days, the donkey remained. He never left, never ate, just stood, laid calmly beneath the table, occasionally reading the newspaper, muttering in what Nina could only describe as a vaguely Welsh accent. She tried to get rid of him once, hired movers, but they screamed and ran. Tried listing the table online, but the post was removed for disturbing content. So she adapted. She worked around the donkey, ate her meals quietly, stopped listening to loud podcasts. She even began leaving out sugar cubes, which the donkey appreciated. And slowly, she realized something. She felt less alone. Not cured, not complete, but comforted. As if the table, the cursed, creaky, impossible table, was quietly holding the parts of her that she didn't show anyone. The grief that didn't cry. The memories that smelled like burnt toast. The future she was still too afraid to imagine. Then one rainy evening, she came home to find the table bare. No hooves, no warm breath, no folded paper with crossword scribbles. Just a single sugar cube and a note on a napkin. "You're steadier now. The legs approve. Thanks for the space. M." She didn't cry, but she touched the table leg and whispered, "Thank you." The table never creaked again, but sometimes, when the light hits the wood just right, she swears she can see hoof prints in the grain, and on quiet mornings the sugar bowl empties itself, just a little, just enough. And that's okay. Some things come into your life and stay. Others, like donkeys under tables, just stop by to make sure you remember. Even heavy things can stand steady if the legs are carved with care. The end. Sweet dreams, and thank you for listening.